Coming at you live from the Big Lip Radio Podcast Studios in Washington, D.C. Hello and good evening. This is your friend, your man, Tone to a T, otherwise known as The Regal, coming to you today, hoping that everyone is staying safe and doing something productive during these crazy times that we're living in. I hope all is well to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, today's topic, Chase Young, local boy, done did good. Drafted number 2 overall by the Washington Redskins franchise. The question that I present to you today is this: will Chase Young be a superstar or will he be a bust? Now, I know what you're thinking. Young man, 6'4", 6'5", 250, 260, can run like a gazelle, comes from a great program of Ohio State, recruited by one Urban Meyer, did amazing things with his career at Ohio State, by the way. But I wanted to present the question to everyone today, and I wanted to ask everyone, do you think that he could be the missing final piece to the Redskins' already stellar defensive line? Or do you think that he is going to be a bust? Now let's check the facts of everything. This young man comes into a system that has already been building up for the last 4 or 5 years, starting with one Jonathan Allen, Ron Payne, Ryan Kerrigan, who is and was a perennial all-star, Pro Bowler. We drafted Montez Sweat last year. He comes in, Chase Young that is, he comes into a system that is probably going to be tailor-made for him. Now, let me explain to you. Now, last year, we got rid of you know who. Our coach, we got rid of him. And maybe for good reason. Well, everybody thinks so. And we got one Ron Rivera. Yes, Riverboat Ron Rivera, who everyone thinks got a raw deal in Carolina. He comes over to the Washington Redskins, Dan Snyder, the owner. And guess who Riverboat Ron gets to run the defense? One Jack Del Rio. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Del Rio, who is and was a damn good defensive coordinator, especially when he was with the Raiders. He was able to get some great talent and begin to build around what they already had. But I wanted to talk to you guys in depth. My Redskins fans, hail to the Redskins. You already know what I'm talking about. Listen, let's go down the line, please. Ryan Kerrigan on one side, who could be an amazing pass rusher and is an amazing pass rusher. 90 sacks to his benefit since 2011, 2012. Yes, Montez Sweat, that last year he wasn't doing too well at the beginning of the season, but started to come along towards the end of the season. Matt Ioannidis, great interior defensive lineman. Well, I wouldn't say great, but you know what I'm saying. Very, very good. Had a lot of sacks last year. Jonathan Allen, they picked up his 5th-year option because they want to see what he's going to be able to do in his last year. This is a contract year, buddy. Ron Payne, which is my favorite guy on that defensive line. Yes, indeed, Ron Payne. And and we haven't even really been, talk about the secondary. And we won't talk about the secondary. That's going to be another conversation for another day. My brother Landon Collins, you know how that goes. I like the guy. I've always liked the guy. But anyway, I believe you add Chase Young to this mix and good things could possibly happen. Give me a strong defensive line and I could care less what the offense does. Did you hear me? I'm going to reiterate. I'm going to say that again. Give me a strong defensive line and I could care less what the offense does. Now, of course, offense puts people in the seats. But defense, as we all know, wins championships. Yes, indeed. Could Chase Young be the next Khalil Mack? Maybe so. But it all depends on how the Redskins are going to use him. The Redskins are going to switch from a 3-4 back to a 4-3. That is going to change everything. Yes. And I believe that with Riverboat Ron Rivera, the Redskins are going to be a defensive-minded team, a strong defensive-minded team, built around that defense. Just like one Joey Bosa, who was the number 1, number 2 draft pick last year, went to the San Francisco 49ers, and look at what he did. They got to the championship game. I mean, of course, they lost, but still, you know what I'm saying? He did amazing and wonderful things. So my whole thing is, what will Chase Young do? Local boy, DMV boy, went to DeMatha, played with Markelle Fultz on the basketball team. What can this young man do? Well, let's see the tail of the tape, ladies and gentlemen. He's fast, strong, and he could do the damn thing. Get after the quarterback, and that's what we need, especially nowadays, where the quarterback is just as fast, if not faster, than many of the defensive players. You need someone that's going to be able to get after that quarterback, that's going to be able to run after that quarterback, that's going to be able to contain that quarterback. And I believe Chase Young can do that. From what I saw, from what he used to do at Ohio State, my God have mercy. My God. But here's the second thing. Do you think that he is capable of taking the Redskins to the next level in terms of the defense? After years and years and years and years of neglect from the defensive line and the defensive parts, the Redskins are starting to finally realize that in order to really do some things in this league, and the age-old adage of defense wins championships, last 4 or 5 years, they have drafted high defensive picks. Like I said, and I say it again, Deron Payne is one of my favorite players on the defensive line. I'm looking for him to do some major damage this year. Jonathan Allen to do some major damage this year. Ryan Kerrigan to really come back into form. We have some really, really good bookends in terms of our defensive line. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait. Chase Young, number 2 draft pick overall, local boy, DMV represent. But the last part, I believe he's going to be either a superstar or he's going to be a bust. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tone T signing off. Part 2 coming up. I'm going to break down the defensive backfield, meaning the defensive secondary, and I'm going to tell you some of the things that we need to do in terms of improving the defensive backfield going forward and moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, signing off. This is your man, Tone to a T, signing off. Hoping and praying that you're safe, hoping and praying that you are doing the things that you need to do. Thank you. Cheers.